Check, 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 check. Hello, hello.
Check.
Check, check, check.
Loud and clear.
Hey, everybody, got D-Dobbs in the back. Whoop, whoop.
Going on.
Whoop. John Kennedy. Hello. Good boy. This is our
verified database. December 10th expires. The MFD will come up. And now we have our engine instruments. We have our RPM, our fuel flow, our oil pressure, oil temp, EGT, exhaust gas temperature, our vacuum gauge, our fuel quantity, and then our engine hours and our electrical information here. So here we have our frequencies. These two are the active and these two are active navs. If we would like to change them, we use the large bezel and then the small bezel for the smaller numbers.
Smokey 1, you can cross runway 23 left at Kilo 2 and then proceed to hangar 4.
In order to switch them, we click on the middle button and then switch the arrows right here, and then I'll switch our navs.
Kilo 2 and proceed to HACO hangar number 4.
If we look at the audio panel, here we'll listen to COM 2 to receive our weather.
5,800 feet available. Read Michael runway hold short instructions. Contact ground on 121.9er for clearance and taxi instructions. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information like.
Yeah, Mike.
Not yet.
You will have
Greensboro
Mike.
Airport ATIS information like 1654 Zulu. Wind 220 at 5. Visibility 10. Ceiling 5,000 broken. Temperature 15. Dew point -3. Altimeter 3031. Visual approach 23 right. 23 left in use. Notices to airmen. Taxiway Juliet closed between Taxiway Juliet 5 and Taxiway Juliet 6.
Ground, runway 32 left on Mike.
Runway 32, visual approach slope indicator out of service. Warning, runway 14 has been shortened. 5,800 feet available. Read Michael runway hold short instructions. Contact ground on 121.9er for clearance and taxi instructions. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information like.
All right.
Greensboro Airport ATIS information.
Now we'll turn off COM 2, and we can
Ground,
contact
21's off all active. Thanks for that.
ground for our clearance. So it'll be.
Smokey 1, thanks. No problem.
All right, while Sean's doing that, we can see right here that we have the V speeds. This is a reference before takeoff. We can see we have VY, VG, which is glide, VX, and rotate speed of 55. We'll be rotating at 55. If we go over here, we can kill the alternator. And then right here, we will see that the battery is not charging anymore. And after a while, this will kill the battery. With the alternator back on, we have a positive charge right here. Now Sean is going to contact clearance for our clearance to Burlington.
Greensboro ground. This is November 6026 Sierra.
November 6026 Sierra, ground, go ahead.
6026 Sierra, VFR to Burlington at 3000, and we'd like to request practice ILS with vectors.
6026 Sierra, roger. What's the type?
Cessna 172 slant Gulf.
November 6026 Sierra, roger. Maintain VFR at or below 3000 till advised. Departure frequency 126.6, squawk 5156. I have your request for the ILS approaches.
Maintain VFR at or below 3000. Frequency 126.6, squawk 5156, and ILS request.
26 Sierra, read back is correct.
And now Sean's going to load in what he just got on his flight plan and on his transponder. just tuning in his departure frequency. So we won't have to fumble with it in the air.
Alright, and
Taxi for run up.
right. Actually, on. Do you want to do a brake check real quick? Hey, my brakes are good. The brakes, your brakes are good.
Yep. Alright, go ahead. Some corporate guys getting off their nice little Cessna over there.
Where should we take?
We'll go over there.
Right. Yeah, it's nice and clear over there.
Little cheap airplane over there. DJ, that might be Papa John's.
And now we'll do our systems run up. We have our parking brake, we won't set. Pilot and passenger seat backs, we verify. Seats and seat belts checked and verified. Cabin doors are closed and locked. We have our flight controls, partner knees. Run up, aileron down, up, aileron down. Flight controls are free and correct. Flight instruments, PFD, no red X's. And our MFD has no red X's. Now, we have our automated weather, which was Mike. Altimeters we will set, which was 3031, verified 3031. We'll come here down to the autopilot, 3031, and we'll come down here to our standby instrument, 3031. Our altitude select for our autopilot is 10,000. We won't be using that today. Our altitude select on the G1000 heading altitude bug, we'll put for 3,000. Notice there. And then we will go direct to Kilo Bravo uniform.
Range race information Alpha is now current altimeter 3029er.
And activate it. And as you just heard, the current revised altimeter setting is 3029. So we will go ahead and change these. And 3029. Light flight instruments are set. Fuel quantity is verified. That happens once in a while. The fuel quantity.
Count 3739 with you on Juliet 2 to the ramp.
Count 3739 Greensboro ground. Taxi straight ahead to the ramp.
Straight ahead of the ramp. Count 3739.
Extra rich fuel selector valve, both elevator trim control set for takeoff. On your electric trim. Doesn't want to work. Alright, we'll power to 1800. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we'll go right magneto, and we have a drop, and we'll correct, go back to both, and left magneto, and it's within limits, and we'll go back to both. And we'll check our fuel quantity, vacuum, EGT, oil temps in the green, oil pressure in the green, fuel flows in the green, and we have positive charging. And now we'll bring it back down to idle, low 1000 RPM. And now we'll lean 1 inch for taxi. Auto friction lock adjuster is right here. COM frequencies we have set. Our nav frequencies, we'll be using the localizer 11135 for the ILS-6, as shown. 11135 right here is our frequency for the ILS runway 6. And in the FMS flight plan, we can go ahead and select the approach, and it's going to be the ILS Zulu, and it's going to be from vectors via Greensboro approach, and we'll just load that in there for now. And here's our current flight plan. So we got that good stuff.
And here it is on the MFD. Greensboro, Burlington.
What did you say the new one was? Yankee?
Alpha.
Alpha. Might as well just go ahead and stop here.
Alright, here we are holding short of 23 left. Now Sean's going to contact tower and let him know that we're holding short, ready for takeoff.
Cabin windows closed and locked, wing flap 0, mixture control rich, strobe lights on. Go ahead and put them all on. And brakes released. Before takeoff checklist is complete. And now we can go ahead and contact tower. Greensboro Tower, 6026 Sierra is holding short from 23 left.
Number 60260 Tower, flighting 17023 left, clear for takeoff.
Oh, what the heck did you just say?
170, clear for takeoff.
170, clear for takeoff, 60260 Sierra.
I have to edit that out.
Yeah. Jesus.
Alright, we're clear for takeoff here on runway 23 left. We'll be turning out to a heading of 170, where we get the vectors to Burlington. On takeoff, keep an eye on the airspeed scroll and our altitude scroll, and also the attitude indicator. And we'll have a sterile cockpit for takeoff.
Heading verifies. Full power.
Tower AC 5986, visual 23 left.
25986, Tower 23 left, third line.
Full line 23 left, AC 5986.
Airspeed alive, engines in the green. I'll center line because I'm distracted as
November 260, contact departure, see you.
Contact departure, have a good one. 260.
Switching over to departure frequency.
Greensboro departure, 260.
1,600 for 3.
Cessna 60260, Greensboro departure, radar contact, maintain VFR 3500.
Maintain VFR 3500, 62 Sierra. 26 Sierra. Jesus Christ.
Greensboro, 4804, 9000.
Piedmont 4804, Greensboro approach, Greensboro altimeter 3029er.
296.
Cessna 260, proceed on course to Burlington.
Proceed on course to Burlington, 26 Sierra.
Now we are going direct to Burlington. Sean has skipped the flight plan and we're now going just direct to Burlington. Now see that we are at 3,120 feet, climbing for 3,500, 85 knots, heading of 094.
Notice that when we put it into a right bank, the attitude indicator shows a right bank, and the turn coordinator is that little tiny line underneath the arrow.
Just a quick overview of the instruments here. We got the attitude indicator. This is our airspeed indicator with a trend vector. Here's our altitude with the trend vector as well. Here's our vertical speed indicator. Right here is our HSI. This is our GPS route. If we click CDI, we can go to our nav1, AER-2, and then back to GPS. And you can see how far left or right of course we are.
Go to this engine lane.
Now Sean's going to lean the mixture. By leaning the mixture, he'll pull the mixture out, the mixture knob, and he's looking for a rise in EGT and fuel quantity or fuel flow to reduce. Here's our fuel flow and here's our EGT, and you can see each cylinder head and how each one is rising. We're going to look for a peak in EGT, and that will be optimum for our mixture setting. Alright, back to the engine instruments. We got our RPMs up here at the top. This is a digital readout, much more accurate than just the standard gauge. Here's our fuel flow, oil pressure, oil temperature, EGT, vacuum indicator, fuel quantity, engine time, and here's our electrical information, our bus and our battery. Main standby. Here's our systems, oil PSI, oil temperature, just a more in-depth and precise fuel gallons per hour, gallons used, gallons remaining. This is if we started the flight with fuel flu, which I don't believe we did. Over here on our MFD, I can go over to waypoints. Each of these is a different folder. Each folder has different sections down here.
Approach Cap 3208, I have Tango at Winston.
Cap 3208, Greensboro approach, roger.
Right now we're on map, and I can go ahead and switch it to traffic. I don't believe we have traffic in this airplane.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, we do. We'd be able to see other airplanes if they had the ADS-B.
It's based off of secondary radar.
Okay. Right now nothing's on there. Here's our weather data link.
You have that?
We do have weather data link. I guess it'd be XM.
Cloud tops, echo tops, next rad.
Obviously we don't have anything in the area.
Yeah, we can only do cloud tops essentially because we have some high cirrus layers today. Say that.
Alright, and then
show them how I'm off course.
Approach 49.6, 8.5.
Here's our terrain proximity. Once we get near 100 feet of some terrain, it'll show red. Over here you can see some towers. I guess that means we're around 500 feet above a tower, but it's obviously over 10 miles away. These are distance rings right here. Waypoints. We can go through our different waypoints. Trip planning, if we had everything, well, this is our trip planning, so our calibrated airspeed, indicated altitude, pressure, total air temperature. Other stats, zeros density, altitude, true airspeed, wind direction, wind speed, and we have a 7-knot headwind currently. Fuel stats.
For approach Cap 328 with a request.
Cap 3208, request.
I don't think we've updated this, so that is not accurate right now.
Just line me up for the 33 ILS into Winston, please.
Cap 3208, Wilco.
Utility. this is our GPS status. We'll also review this once we're about to do our RNAV approach. You can see each GPS satellite, which one we have, and the strength of each one. And here's our position on the Earth.
Flighting 290 to join the localizer for runway 33.
290, Cap 3208.
For us. Auxiliary setup. We could set here, if we hit nearest over here on the PFD, it could show us which runways we want. We could pre-select this to have hard or soft and a minimum length, which is 2,000, which somebody has already preset in for us. XM radio, I guess if we wanted to listen to some good old music, we got some Love, Holloway, Elvis radio, Grateful Dead.
Yo, put that on.
We could start jamming out in here.
I didn't know I had that.
That's pretty cool. Here's our airframe info. This is the Cessna 172S. Software, all that stuff. Checklist not available. Database. We'll go over here to nearest. It's going to show our nearest airports and where they are. Obviously right here is the nearest one. 3 Alpha 4. That's going to be 198 bearing, and we're 6.6 away from it. Nearest intersection. Brooksea is our nearest intersection. Nearest NDBs. Actually, Alum is the nearest NDB, which we'll be shooting at for our ILS-6.
Hey, get me a tune and identifying this localizer. So I'm going to hit nav1 on the audio panel, and then hit the volume button to get an ID, and we'll turn up the volume to receive the localizer frequency to verify that it is.
Right now we're listening to the Morse code identifying our localizer frequency. If you know, Morse code is saying IHBJ.
That indeed did.
Up there, it actually identified it for us as well. IHBJ.
Cessna 26 Roger, no traffic observed between you and Burlington Airport. Radio service terminated. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Frequency change approved. Terminated. Good day.
Now he's squawking VFR. We're VFR now. We're out of Greensboro's airspace, and we're going to do what we want. Here's our nearest VORs, back to what I was saying, and we don't have any user waypoints. And no airspace alerts. Alright, now Sean has activated our approach. And as you can see, we're going to fly direct to Cackle.
And notice up here it gives you a track to hold and what your current track is. And it gives you your ground speed here and your estimated time en route. The approach calls for a beginning altitude of 4,000 feet, so we are in a climb to 4,000. We will do a teardrop entry as our procedure turn, and then inbound on the ILS, on the localizer.
Piedmont 4804, contact Washington Center.
As you can see, we're going to be flying to Cackle, which is our initial approach fix. Then we'll be flying back down.
Greensboro, Mike, Tango Charlie has a field in sight.
Back down into Burlington.
Foxtrot, Mike.
Intercepting the localizer around 3,000 feet.
Visual approach, Asheboro Airport.
Here, I'll set the minimums
Mike,
in.
Tango Charlie, thank you.
Here, I'm just going to turn off Greensboro.
November 6300 at the end of taxiway Foxtrot, pull left to the...
Oh, what do we got? 122-975? Alright. So here I'm going to set in the minimums. For the ILS 6, this is 866. I'm going to go ahead and put in 900 feet just to play it safe. I could put in 870, it's a lot more accurate. So now I have my minimum set, and when we get down to the minimums, the G1000 will actually notify us that we are at minimums.
You want to brief the approach?
Right.
John's going to use his iPad, which is 4-flight enabled.
Alright.
And he's going to brief our approach for us.
So we have the ILS Zulu runway 6 into Burlington Element Regional. It expires on the 12th of the 10th of December 2015.
Traffic, Cessna 5396 Delta is departing runway 2.
We have a localizer frequency of 11135, which has already been identified, tuned and identified. Approach course is 060, runway landing length 6,405 feet, touchdown zone elevation 616 feet. Our approach would be beginning at 4,000 feet at Cackle, descend to 3,000 feet to our final approach fix, cross ALM at 2,743 feet, then descend down to minimums at 866 feet. Our missed approach procedure is a climb to 1,600, then a climbing right turn to 3,000, direct Liberty Vortac and hold. We will have non-standard missed approach procedures to establish the RNAV 24. Our MSA indicated right here is 3,700 feet, and that is based off of ALAM, 25 nautical mile radius. Any questions?
Oh, good brief.
Alright, let me get back.
Alright, as you can see here, our GPS is so smart that it even recommended a teardrop, just like Sean said. And we're going to follow that. And I'll cut y'all back in once we're Cackle inbound. Welcome back, everybody. We are now 8.4 nautical miles southwest of Burlington. We are established on the glide slope right here. And we are established on the localizer. Sean's flying it perfectly, and I'm about to call for traffic. We just finished before landing checklist, and we are all good to land. Burlington traffic, Cessna 6026 Sierra is 7.7 nautical miles southwest of the field, inbound. Practice ILS for runway 6, Burlington.
You know there's a drag strip over here.
Drag strip?
Yeah, right there on the left.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Guys, look out the window, you can see a little drag strip. If Randy, you're watching this, you can take your souped up Volkswagen there. Go race. Alright, let's all judge Sean and see how good he can do this. If he keeps this on the line right there and this centered, he's doing a good job. And you can note that we have a 3-knot quartering headwind. So we'll keep that in mind while we're judging him.
Weird.
Let me know if you can't see, if I'm blocking it or something.
Oh, you're good.
He's kind of cheating. He's not under foggles or anything, so he can see the runway, so he's not really going to get off on his localizer, I hope. He's go ahead and set flaps 10.
On approach fix, flaps 10, landing checks. Okay, below airspeed, correcting, below glide slope, correcting.
Notice how he calls it all out, so we all know what's happening. Burlington approach, Cessna 6026 Sierra is 3 miles southwest on the practice ILS for runway 6, and we'll be doing a go-around.
So we have some light chop right there. Getting into some mechanical turbulence, as expected. Notice the fluctuations in the airspeed is from a slight differential in wind speed.
call out your minimums.
So you're gonna?
Yeah. All right, 1,000 feet above.
That's 300.
Oh yeah.
Is not available.
As you can see, the mechanical turbulence is throwing me off a little bit, but
200
try
feet
my
above.
best to correct.
100.
Minimums.
And we're approaching minimums.
And missed approach.
Cessna 60260 going around. We'll be doing the practice RNAV for runway 24 Burlington.
So if you notice right here, as soon as I went go around at the decision altitude, the G1000 automatically noticed it and went into suspend mode, which put the approach into suspend mode.
On there.
Now, for this approach, we will be using the GPS as our main source of navigation, whereas on the ILS we use the actual VOR-1 system in the G1000 as our main source of navigation because that is what it is.
ILS, we just use GPS for situational awareness, but we use the regular glide, slope, and localizer as primary navigation. As you can see here, this is our actual approach coming up on ZTOG, which is another approach waypoint.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and brief this approach. So we have the RNAV runway 24 into Burlington. It expires on December 10th, 2015. We are not WAS enabled, so we'll keep that in mind. Approach course is 240. The runway landing length is 6,405 feet. Touchdown zone elevation is 597 feet. The airport elevation is 616 feet. And the remarks do not apply due to the fact that we have our current altimeter setting. Initially we'll be at 4,000 feet inbound across I-body at 3,000, descend to ZTOG to 1,600, which is 3 nautical miles. Then we'll descend to the minimums of 1056 because we are LNAV VNAV. If we were WAS enabled, it would be a LPV approach, and that would bring us down to 987 feet, which is pretty amazing. So that out. The missed approach procedure is a climb to 4,000 and hold at Cackle. Any questions?
No, sir. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are I-Bodie inbound to ZTOG. We're at 3,000 feet now, descending to ZTOG at 1,600. As published, we got one guy going on the upwind for some reason for runway 24, one guy taxiing out onto 24, and we'll be making this a full stop and very critically judging Sean's landing.
We have 1.6 miles to descend 400 feet.
And Burlington traffic, Cessna 60260 is 5 miles, and we are on the practice RNAV 24. We're going to be making this a full stop.
Oh, hey. Oh, that's for you. My bad.
And Burlington traffic, good 6 Romeo X-ray, mid-field left downwind runway 24, full stop Burlington.
Burlington or?
Burlington traffic, Cessna 60260 is 3.6 on RNAV runway 24 Burlington. We have departing traffic in sight, looking for traffic on downwind for 60260 Burlington.
Turning left base right now, short left base.
Got him in sight.
Traffic in sight, Burlington traffic 60260.
Flaps 10, slow down.
Traffic.
Shut up.
You can see here our traffic just alerted us of that guy about to turn in. But we have him in sight and it'll obviously be no factor.
Actually just lost him. I don't know where that is.
He's departing. I got one departing. I don't see the other guy. Going down. Burlington traffic, Cessna 60260, short final runway 24 Burlington.
Burlington traffic, that's 6 Romeo X-ray, exit runway Echo, Burlington.
Alright, I didn't see him land.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 95300 is turning cross.
Alright, there was our minimums right there. Obviously, the runway is in sight.
Is not available.
And we're going to keep going down, and we're going to land.
Minimums. Minimums.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 95300 turning downwind for runway 24 Burlington.
As you can see here, our terrain is warning us that we are within 100 feet of some objects, obviously. And we are on the ground at Burlington.
Not the best landing, but...
Thank you everybody for watching. I hope I can edit this great. And I hope this taught everybody a little about our G1000 system here at Burlington Aviation. Thank you and goodbye.